talking about cancelling our flight. Bali. Try again. Good morning. It's currently 3:30 and today I'm taking my 1-year-old and 4-year-old on a trip to Thailand. Hi, if you're new here, welcome. My name's Hannah. I'm a single adoptive parent. I have a 1-year-old girl and a 4-year-old boy. And we are going on a spontaneous trip to Thailand that I booked a couple of days ago. We're going to get to the airport around 5 a.m. this morning and then fly from where I live in Arkansas in the US to Houston, Texas, have a couple of hours layover there, fly from Houston, Texas to Tokyo, Japan. That'll be about a 12-hour flight. And then we've got a 5-hour layover there. And then we fly from Tokyo to Bangkok. And that is about a 6-hour flight. And then we'll get from the airport into the city centre to our hotel. That'll be about 2 a.m. local Bangkok time on Thursday. Today's Wednesday. So it's going to be about a 35-hour travel day, and I thought I would bring you along for the journey so I can document how it goes. I'm a single adoptive parent, and so it's just me and the 2 kids doing a solo adventure together. I've got about another hour or so before I'm going to wake the kids up. So I'm just going to do some final packing, organize the kitchen, unload the dishwasher, things like that. And yeah, then we're going to be ready to head off. I did a separate packing video for this trip, but I always find the morning of, especially if you have an early morning flight, there's always just those last minute bits, and those are often the most essential. So I thought I'd just kind of run through what I've been packing this morning. It's mostly electronics. So I've got laptop, charger, extra USB charger, mouse, and then this is my little DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which is what I'm filming on right now, and this is the little, I think Creator Kit it's called. It's got some essentials in there, and then just my regular glasses for reading. The other thing I often forget is when you're leaving when it's dark is sunglasses. So I'm going to go, I think, to the car to find the case for this so I can put all of this in my carry-on. The other thing I was thinking about this morning was toys or activities for the kids. I have a separate bag that I keep in a different location. It's not where the kids can access it all the time, and it's like what I call the road trip toy bag, and I just bring it out for road trips. That way those toys are kind of fun and special and feel new to them. And so I just grabbed something out of that box for Sophia. So this is it's called My Quiet Book. I call it like a busy book, and these are really good. They've got all different pages of things she can kind of fiddle with, and she'll love something like this. So this is, although it's a little bit bigger, it's super lightweight. So this can go in my bag, and then when Jameson wakes up, I'm going to have him pick out a couple of small toys to bring. He'll probably want to bring some of his mini cars. Those are his favorite, and we'll bring a couple of backups of those too. I thought I'd share kind of some of the essential things in my carry-on luggage. So I tend to bring, when I travel, I'll bring like my regular everyday diaper bag as my backpack, and I'll just fill that with some extras. So for me, I have a pair of socks because I'm just bringing sandals, just my Birkenstocks. I don't know if you can see. No, the camera's not letting it do it. So as well as like changing pad, diapers, wipes, I'm just bringing my snack bag, and there's things for all of us in there, and then this little snack box which Sophia loves playing with. I've just put some Cheerios in there, and then her busy book is in there, and then in this bag, this is a really good one to bring to go underneath the seat, and it also serves as a really good day bag, like if you're going down to the pool or beach bag type of thing. So in here, I'm bringing one large water bottle, and this will be for me and Jameson to share. On our last trip, I bought one water bottle each, and I think that's an area where I can save some space by just bringing one. And then so for Sophia, she drinks milk, but because that's going to be difficult to keep cool on this trip, I am bringing some, put it out here, some toddler formula, and that way, no matter kind of where we are traveling or whilst we're in Thailand, I always have something on hand if I can't get fresh milk. So I have that for her, and then I have 2 bottles, and then I always travel with bottle cleaner and washing up liquid for her. I've then got 2 sets of headphones. One is my Bose noise cancelling headphones. After my passport, this is one of the most essential items for me, even if I'm not listening to music. If the kids are occupied or asleep, it's just really nice to put those on anyway. And then I have my so I have a wireless set. They're about a year old now, and then my older set, which is about 5 years old. Jameson is just entering that age. He is 4.5, where I think on this trip he might be able to figure out having a headset on and watching some TV if he wants to. The last couple of trips he's struggled a little bit with how it works and has become a bit frustrated with it, but I think I'm going to bring them on this trip, and hopefully that will occupy him for some of the journey. And then I have my documents pouch here. This just has our passports in. The extra USB I just showed you, I've just put that in this bag so that I have that for easy access. And then I have just this little bag here of essentials. It's pretty empty right now. Let's see. Yeah, it's just my eye mask, Vaseline, lip balm, and this is a kind of little pouch that is good to have something that's still got some room so you can throw things in. And yeah, I think we're just about there.
This the car.
Is that what you're bringing as your toys? Yeah. How do you feel about going on an airplane? Huh?
Good.
Let's see how long it lasts.
Huh?
All right, let's head out. So this is everything that we ended up with. I feel pretty good about it. We've got one checked suitcase, one carry-on suitcase, 2 pieces of hand luggage, and the stroller. All right, we're in the Uber heading to the airport. It's now a little bit later. It's 7 a.m., which was the time we were meant to be taking off for our first flight from Arkansas to Houston. And about an hour ago, I went up to the desk at our gate to get a tag for the stroller. And that's where our first little hiccup occurred. Because as I was queuing up, I heard the two gate attendants talking about the captain of our plane calling in sick. And they were essentially talking about cancelling our flight. So what has happened is our first flight, our first of 3 flights, has been delayed so much it's effectively cancelled. It's not an option for us to take it. So they were really helpful, and I actually used the app for the airline. I'm traveling with United on these flights, and I was able to use the app to find another flight. So now instead of going from here to Houston to Tokyo, we're going to go here to Denver to Tokyo, which was actually, originally I thought we were connecting through Denver because we did that earlier this year when we went to Japan. And then we do have a tight layover in Denver. We have less than an hour to get our Tokyo flight. And so if there's any delay to this flight, then that's going to be a bit tight. And then I also worry a little bit about our suitcase. So I've checked one bag. So I'm glad I bought a change of clothes and toiletries and everything we need. If we do get stuck in Denver for the night, then that'll be okay. And then, because we had a long layover in Tokyo, as long as we connect our flights, we will still be able to get our 3rd flight as normal from Tokyo to Bangkok. So, the kids are in good spirits. We've had breakfast. We had a breakfast burrito, and then they had this Onyx coffee machine robot thing here. Onyx is a local coffee brand that's very nice, and they are renovating our local airport at the moment. And one of the things they put in is this coffee making robot. It's very cool. It dances and does all these fancy things. So Mama got a coffee, so I feel caffeinated and happy. And we've had snacks. Sophia's had some milk, and now we've just found like a little quiet area with windows, because Jameson loves to look out the window at the airplanes. And Sophia's having some free time roaming around before she has to be sat on my lap for a couple of hours. Sun is going to start coming up soon. It's clear sky here, and yeah, we've got a bit of a hiccup, but hopefully it's going to be okay. I will check in again when there's more of an update. Okay. What are we doing? That's not clean, honey. What are we doing? Yeah? Are you busy? The sun's gonna come up soon.
Huh?
The sun's gonna come up soon.
It looks like there's a rainbow.
Yeah, just the sky changing colour. Huh? Let's see what's next.
Huh?
Yeah. So we have about an hour left, and we ended up in the snack section, picking out some stuff. I think I'm gonna get these. These are really good. Even though I packed loads of snacks, there's something about coming to the airport, you always want something different. So I'm gonna pick out a snack and then head back to the gate. Got a wriggly worm. Okay, we made it on the flight. This is our flight to Denver. Yeah. Ooh. Sophia's in the baby carrier. Because we had to change planes, Jameson isn't sat next to me. He's 2 rows back, so they're going to see if they can move him to our aisle when everyone is sat down. But plane is here. It looks like we're going to be hopefully on time so we can get our next flight. So I'll keep you updated. Okay, it's now many hours later. I think when I last filmed, we had just gotten on the plane from Arkansas to Denver. That flight ended up being a little bit late taking off, and so when we got to Denver, so you may hear some announcements, we're currently in Tokyo. When we got to Denver and landed, our flight to Tokyo was already boarding. And the only reason we were able to make that flight was because our gate for our new flight was only three gates down from where we disembarked our flight. So we got off our flight at Denver and straight onto the 12-hour flight to Tokyo. Our flight from Arkansas to Denver went really great. We had the nicest crew. They gave my son so many. We had the sweetest crew on the flight from Arkansas to Denver. They gave us so many extra snacks. Because we got put on that flight last minute and it was completely full, we weren't sat together. So Jameson was sat 2 rows behind me. But once we got onto the plane, the crew were able to speak to the people in our rows, and some people very kindly moved so we could sit together. So that flight went pretty smooth. Sophia mostly played by taking out the flight information out of the back of the seat pocket and then putting it back in, and then taking it back out and putting it back in. So we didn't even have to get out any entertainment for her because that kept her entertained for an hour and 20 minutes. And yeah, then we got to Denver. We jumped straight on our 12-hour flight. And overall, the 12-hour flight went really well. I didn't get any sleep. I think it's hard holding the baby, even if she's in the baby carrier. I feel like I have to support her head and things like that. So I probably got maybe 30 minutes sleep over those 12 hours. Jameson was awake for the first 8 hours, chatting to a very sweet lady sat next to us on our row. So they were chatting away for hours and then watching TV together. And then he finally fell asleep for the last 4 hours. And then Sophia took like 2 or 3 naps that were like 30 to 60 minutes each. Another thing that worked out really good on our flight to Tokyo was they were able to put us in the bulkhead row in the middle. And so, although there were no extra seats available because, again, that flight was completely full, we had so much floor space, and that really helped because once we had taken off, I could set out the bags and stuff, and then Sophia had some room to just be standing up and moving around a little bit. So that worked out good. So we got to Tokyo a couple of hours ago now. We've had what ended up being a 4-hour layover here. One of the things we did was found Tokyo Airport has like shower facilities, and so that felt so good. Getting off that long flight and being able to get everyone showered and changed. So we did that, and then we found the kids like soft play area, and so they got to have some free movement time, so that was good. And now we've got about 2 more hours left, and then we have our flight to Bangkok. I'm feeling really tired at the moment. It's I think around 4 p.m. local time in Tokyo, which is about 2 a.m. in Arkansas time. So I've now been awake about 23 hours. I feel a little bit like if you've ever been on a boat and you get off the boat and you still feel like you're moving, that's kind of how I feel at the moment. My time shifter app is saying I shouldn't have caffeine, but that's what I'd really like to do right now, is go get an iced latte. But I'm going to follow the app because it really worked last time. And I think we're going to go get some food, get water for the flight. One of the things I was worried about, because we had such a tight connection in Denver, I was like, there's no way our suitcase is going to make it onto that flight. But once I landed, I was able to check the United app, and sure enough it did. It made it that flight, and it's already booked onto our flight to Bangkok. So we will get our suitcase when we land there. But yeah, those are all the thoughts for now. One of the challenges I had on the flight, which I wanted to share, traveling alone with kids. One of the hardest parts is when they bring out the meals, because I've got Sophia on my lap and Jameson, and then those trays are kind of wobbly, it's easy to spill things. And of course they put the food down, Jameson wants to go straight for the brownie, and he needs assistance getting into like utensils and things like that. And then I've got Sophia the wriggly worm on my lap, and I'm trying to do everything one-handed. So that's always challenging. Shorter flights I don't eat on the flight, I just eat beforehand, but a 12-hour flight we had to have multiple meals, so that was kind of a challenging point, but overall not too bad. It's doable. It's definitely doable. Now that I've landed, I'm like, yeah, that didn't feel too bad. I can do that again. So anyway, that's all for now. I'll check back in a bit later.
Bali.
No, we're not in Bali. Try again.
No.
You know what country we're going to? No? Begins with T. Thailand.
Thailand.
You ready to go to your hotel, Sissy? Made it. So we've just made it to our hotel now in Bangkok after a very long day. So it's 2 a.m. local time here in Bangkok on Friday morning, which means it's 2 p.m. in Arkansas on Thursday afternoon, and we left Wednesday morning. So Wednesday morning I got up at 3 a.m. We left the house at 5 a.m. to go to the airport. And I think the way I calculate it, that is a 35-hour travel day. We're actually all in pretty good spirits right now because it's kind of middle of the day for our body clock, and we've all had some naps on the most recent flight. But I'll give you a little tour of the room and then we're gonna call it a night. One thing I'm very excited about, there's a 7-Eleven right across the street from our hotel. So we'll be visiting that tomorrow. This is our room, got a little sofa. I brought up a pack and play for Sophia. Bedroom area. And then got a pretty nice view of the city, a bit tricky to see. Happy with that. There we go. There's a view of the city. And then we've got closets here. Plenty of storage. This is a little TV area, and then this room actually comes with like a kitchenette. So we've got kitchen area and a washer, pretty good sized fridge, more city views, and then I'm not sure if that's a dryer as well, but we'll be trying that out, I'm sure.
In the bathroom.
And then the bathroom. That's it. This is the Sindhorn Midtown Hotel, and it had really good reviews. The location looks great, so we look forward to exploring. I'm going to wrap up the vlog here. Thank you for joining us if you've made it all the way to the end for our very epic travel day from Arkansas all the way to Bangkok. And I hope some of the information I've put in the video has been helpful, and we'll see you in the next video.